Hi, welcome to Scam Exposed, and today we're looking at crypto trading basics from Scam Exposed. Before we get started on today's video, just a quick reminder, I've got a subscriber competition going at the moment. When I reach 15,000 subscribers, someone who's subscribed to my channel will be winning $500 worth of Bitcoin. So to enter that competition, hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell. Also, every Friday I give away $100 worth of Bitcoin to one lucky viewer. All you need to do to enter that competition is to go to Friday's video, give it a thumbs up, and comment with a Bitcoin wallet address in that video. And then on Friday this week, I'll do a live draw with a random comment picker, and someone will be getting $100 worth of Bitcoin sent to them live in my video. Right, we're looking at crypto trading basics today. I'm going to show you some ways of trading and some things to look out for beginners that are trading. This is day trading, not long holds or anything like that. But before we get started, it's time for what's starting to become the most popular segment of my videos. It's time to delete a dickhead. Alright, here we are. We've got 3 dickheads to delete today. The first one is a guy called Roland Harry. He says, I trade with proven binary options strategies. My combination of knowledge of markets and technical skills leads to some great results. To be relevant to my trading platforms, I constantly work on new setups and add some custom indicators on my daily charts and make my clients a minimum 90% weekly profit from trading their initial deposit in the binary options market. Inbox me to teach you how to trade yourself and make some money yourself. Also, if you want your account to be managed, trading is a good thing for those that have the right tools to trade. I lost a lot before I made it big with my trading admin account. If you need assistance on how to trade and recover the money you have lost, feel free to contact me because I'm ready to share my experience with everyone on how to make it in binary trading. And then there's an email address. This is a perfect example of a binary options broker or a binary options affiliate trying to manipulate people into signing up. You'll email this person, they'll send you a link, you'll sign up. He's talking about managed trading. That's really fucking shady because you've got no control over what they're trading or who. They're supposed to be experts, but basically with the way that binary options companies are set up, their financial incentive is for you to lose your money because that's where they get their profits from. So letting someone just have free reign on your money, you might as well just pour it down the toilet. So Roland Harry, get fucked. And now we get to Jerry Michael. First, I'm Jerry Michael. I'd like to say that anyone that has this kind of gains in crypto market, and no, I didn't mine any coins. I know I wasn't an early adopter of Bitcoin, buying up coins when the price was under $1. I'm just a trader who fairly opened up new accounts and transferred $2,000 into Bitcoin and traded it up over to 50 grand a year back, and I'm earning more profit compared to my past trade. There's so many great opportunities for anyone willing to pay attention to coin strategies, new coins, charts, and price action. You can find out what's the hottest new coin and jump in early. Have you ever heard of anyone say that trading is risky but profitable or might be dangerous? But I've been trading crypto stocks successfully for over 5 years and I actually love trading them. I look forward to hitting the markets every day. It's not that difficult. You have to learn to read the charts the way I do. I've taught quite a few friends to trade over the years. They often sit in my office with me during the day and watch me trade, asking questions and learning from real live minute-to-minute executions. However, I feel helping people to trade and manage their accounts because I think by doing this I'm gaining an impact in knowledge, and maybe I'll be entitled to a token percent for appreciation. I'm a real full-time trader because I love making money from the markets. Feel free to reach me on my Gmail address. If he was a professional trader and he was offering some kind of service, he'd have a website and a business. This is again someone trying to manipulate you. You'll send emails to this guy, and then what will happen is they'll convince you to use one of their links to sign up for some kind of broker or some kind of trading exchange, and then they'll just fuck you over. That's the way it is. Jerry Michael, suck my dick. Goodbye, mate. Also, if you've got any, before I do the next one, if you see any of these type of things, what you can do, which I think would be really, really good help, because I know some people say, how can I help you fight the spam? If someone puts a phone number or an email address, what you could go and sign them up for a load of, I don't know, dodgy sex sites. You could sign them up for a load of PPI claims if you're in the UK. They're giving out that information quite freely, so why not, I don't know, distribute it around the internet to certain companies, stair lifts, hearing aids, incontinence pants. The world is your oyster. Take these people's email address and fucking get them full of spam so they stop spamming other people. Right, let's get on to Brittany Marcus, last one. Join me as I show 20 people to the new and latest secret behind being a successful trader, just as I did last year in 2017. I'm glad to announce their success of becoming millionaires today. This time I'm only taking 20 students. Hurry and email me by my personal email address. As usual, I do not charge you a penny for my training. What a load of bollocks. Brittany Marcus, you actually have misspelt your surname either in your YouTube account name or in your email address. So for that reason, goodbye, dickhead. That one was definitely also shady as fuck. I've only got 20 people, but I'll make you a millionaire. What a load of bollocks. Right, now the dickheads have been deleted, let's talk about crypto trading. I'm going to talk to you about a strategy which, actually, let me bring up markets as well. We're going to need those. A strategy that you can use to trade. However, there are a few caveats and things I need to go through before we start. It's not 100% foolproof. This is not a winning formula that's going to work for you every time. This is just an idea of what you can use to look at markets and predict what might be going on. Also, the market's very, very volatile at the moment. Everything is on its way down. This is not the time to be doing the type of trades I'm showing you, just so you're aware. While everything's in a dip, you don't want to be doing this. What you want to be looking for is a nice mixed market with reds and greens across the board, where everything is kind of fluid and moving rather than just on its way down. You can capitalize from downward movements, but that's not what this method is used for. Also, whatever asset you're trading against, you've got to check the news, because crypto trading is heavily news based, and you can be looking at a scenario on a chart with some information, and all of a sudden there's a piece of news that comes out, or there's been some news during the day and it's affecting the price, and it's something you might not be able to see just by looking at a chart. Let me go, what I would normally do is I go into Binance, as my preferred platform. They're all very similar, so if you want to use Binance, there's a link in the description, helps support the channel if you use it, but if you want to use your own platform, that's fine. But what you're looking for, at the moment, this is an ideal scenario. This is Verge. I wouldn't trade it necessarily today because of the way the markets have been behaving, but yeah, this is a kind of perfect example of what I'm going to be showing you. Now, what you'd need to do before you even start to trade, you see something like this and you think, yeah, everything's fine. You go to CoinMarketCap, go to Verge, go to social, and have a look to see if there's any big announcements from their Twitter, if there's anything on their Reddit thread that's blowing up. Also check things like Cointelegraph to see if there's new articles about Verge. Make sure there's no big news happening right now, because that will have a massive impact on what happens to the price, and it won't follow any kind of pattern. It will either be going up strongly or down heavily because of good or bad news about a coin. If there's nothing really going on, there's no massive buzz going on, there's no FUD or anything like that going on, then you're all right to kind of trade it. But that's something you need to do every time, is you need to check what's going on in the social on CoinMarketCap and things like Cointelegraph, so you've got a good idea. Once you've found, I'm not saying this is it, but there didn't seem to be much news, but once you've found an asset that is trading relatively flat, hasn't got any big good or bad news going on, then you start to look at it in a bit more detail. And a lot of people, they run with candlestick graphs, like so. I click on the time. I like to see it in a line. This really helps me visualize what's going on in a slightly more linear way. And what we're looking at is we're looking at paywalls. We're looking at where support and resistance appears. Now, for those of you who don't understand support and resistance, imagine this is like a yo-yo. When you drop the yo-yo, it gets to a certain point and then the string supports it from going any further. As you lift the yo-yo back up, it eventually reaches your hand, which is your resistance. Now, obviously, in trading, it can go past that floor and past that ceiling, but that's generally, you're looking at where it yo-yos backwards and forwards to. There's a great example right here on the chart. You can see it's reaching support, hitting resistance, reaching support, hitting resistance. I mean, that's only a one point movement there, so that may not necessarily, but as you see, it goes, that's also support, resistance, back down to support, and you can see that happening on the chart. But there's a really good way to kind of be able to predict where that support and resistance is going to appear, and that is using the order book. Now, the order book on the side here will show you, although this is not definitive, this will show you what orders have been placed, so who's selling and who's buying. So the top red bit is who's selling, how much they're selling, and at that particular price. So at 870, for example, there's 478,000 Verge, and that's 4.15 Bitcoin worth of Verge being sold. There's another one. There's another one. And what you see, this red bar and this green bar, the more involved in the trade, the more amount is in the trade, the longer that bar will be. So you're looking for long bars. And what you're looking to do is to see how the bars are stacked up against each other. Because if there's lots of people buying and there's more long bars on this side, you know that there's a paywall in place. You see when it gets down to, I mean, here there's a 10 Bitcoin paywall on this particular one here. So that's quite a strong wall. So the support's going to get there. It's going to struggle to break past it. So if you can buy it 851, 850, and then hold on, within a few minutes you should see it go back up. It's going to at least go to 855. It might go higher if it breaks through that and nothing changes. It can go here. But remember, this is a fluid system. So there's orders that you can't necessarily see because they're being placed real time when people are buying at the market value. Also, the stop limits in place for certain people's orders. But this generally shows you where the price is going to have to kind of go through to break through the support or the resistance. And the stronger that trade is and the more involved, the more it's going to resist, and the more the support line is going to stop and the resistance line is going to stop above it. So this is something to look out for. You're looking at, I mean, you can see how it's stacked up here at the moment. There's lots of people buying. There's 10 Bitcoin there. There's 1 1 1 1 1 1 there. Whereas there's only 1 2 3. Then there's a lot of smaller trades before you get up to 4 Bitcoins worth there, which is 870. That's the way to look at how you can see where the support line is going to be and where the resistance line is going to be. So you can make quick, small trades where you're trading on small movement. This is not necessarily big, massive jumps. But if you can keep it going and you're kind of getting down towards the support, buying low, getting up towards resistance, selling high, waiting for it to go back down towards the support again and buying low again and high, you can accumulate more tokens and you can sell them and you've got more Bitcoin, which is more money. There's also a very good visual thing you can look at on the charts here. Most of them have it, which is it's an option called depth. If you look at depth, this is a good visual representation of a paywall. That 10 Bitcoin I was talking about, which is here, whereabouts is that? 850. If you look at 850, you can see it visually represented by a larger wall of trades stacked up against this here. So you're going to see the price, it's going to hit that and it's going to go back the other way. So that's something you can use to kind of help visualize. There's some more paywalls as you go further up, and the longer the line between that and the next price, the more there is waiting to be bought or sold. So it's a good visual representation. You can go back to candlesticks and look at your price the way you want to. That's just something you can see. That's sometimes a very good way to see how orders are stacked up against each other. Also, a good thing to see is if this green is really big and this red was like low to about here, you can see that there's a lot of confidence in the market. Lots of people are buying. Not many people are selling. So you want to be getting in before it goes up higher. And that's another great visual indicator. So, for example, this is not necessarily the one I would trade, but you can see here, at the moment we're running a support of around about 853 and a resistance going up to about 855. It has dropped down there to 852, which is close to this 850. So you could confidently place trades around about 851, 852, knowing that that's where the support is. And then you're looking at a quick sell when you get to about 854, 855. That will be where those next two bands of resistance. But this is something that's fluid, so it's always changing. So you can't just set it and forget it. You have to keep your eye on what's going on. Otherwise, you will fail miserably. Now, also one thing to remember is if you get it wrong and you've bought something and the price has gone down, you're only losing once you sell it. So there's always the opportunity to put a sell order in which is higher up than where the market is at the moment and let it ride out. I had one last night. I was doing some trades. It was on Verge actually, and I had a sell at 864, and all of a sudden the floor dropped out and it was running at about 849, 848, and I didn't want to sell it because I'd bought in at about, I think 857, something like that it was. But I wanted it to get up to 864 before I sold. So what I did, I went to bed without selling it last night. I kept it in there. I had a sell order set at 864. I woke up this morning and it had been sold. So I'd still had made my money by going up and down. And so if there are errors and mistakes you make or the market reacts funnily, you can always leave an order on the system and wait for it to come back to that point. If it doesn't, then you will lose. But if it's running like this that Verge is at the moment, chances are it's going to get close one way or the other, and if you're lucky then you'll get back into the game and you'll have your order fulfilled at the price you want. I'm going to take questions and stuff about this. If you've got anything you want to ask me, you can put that down in the comments below, or use the details you can see on screen for you now. You can hit me up on Telegram, you can hit me up on Twitter, Facebook, email, etc. Other than that, I think that's all I'm going to show you for today. I might do some live trades in a video for you at some point, but this is literally just showing you a simple way you can do some small movement trades on a very, very quick basis. This is not long-term holding or anything like that. This is literally getting a bit of Bitcoin, buying into an asset, playing with the price as it goes up and down, and you hitting those support and resistance lines, and then selling to make a small profit, and then you can rinse and repeat. If you get like this market at the moment here, this has been since about 10 o'clock this morning. What's the time now? Half past. Has been half an hour of good support and resistance to trade upon there. So you can make yourself a good bit of money if you've got half decent amount of Bitcoin to put in to start with. You can do it with much smaller amounts as well, but obviously the smaller the less you've got, the more you'll gain on these small movements, because you're only trading on relatively small amounts of money here. So obviously the more tokens you have to put against that, the more profit you'll make. But again, this is not necessarily something for everybody. This is just a technique you can use and some visual indicators as to what's going on a particular asset, which will help you decide if you think it's worth trading. But again, please, if you've got questions, ask them, and don't go wildly saying, okay, that's definitely how it's going to be, that's support, that's resistance, and go and trade it. Like I say, check the news, check the social, make sure there's nothing big happening, because all of a sudden you could have a breakout and the price could dump itself real low if there's some bad news on that particular asset, or it can, you could have just sold some and then all of a sudden the price goes up and you could have missed out because there's big news on an asset. So you've got to keep your finger on the pulse. You've got to keep yourself in the game to be able to have half a chance. I think that's going to be all I'm going to show you today. Like I say, if you've got any more questions, let me know. Don't forget, go to Friday's video, give it a thumbs up, and enter with your Bitcoin wallet address in the comments section to be able to be in with a chance of winning $100 worth of Bitcoin. Also, don't forget, if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel if you enjoy my content. Give this video a thumbs up, and let's talk about trading in the comments down below. Right, this is enough for today. I'll see you in my next video. Thanks for watching.